Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. And on this channel is called Mama Reality TV shows. I'm a celebrities, kanye nama YouTubers. If it is your first time joining me today and you really like the content over here, do not forget to press the subscribe button, and a notification bell. So listen, you guys, I want to talk about Felix and Tracy. So the couple that has been trending this week, you guys. Of course, some people were worried about this couple because so many people love them. I'm one of those people that love them. And when the story broke that Felix was planning to take the second wife and that he had confirmed that his wife had said yes to that idea, I did not believe it. I was like, there is no way. Okay. There is no way. And then, you guys, it's the pictures of Felix with this other woman started coming out, and it was pictures that you're like, for a married man, I don't know, maybe the story is true. So I started believing, you guys, that there was something into the story of him wanting to take a second wife. And then, you guys, after like 2 days of the story trending, then he came out to say that the story was not true. In fact, the whole thing of him taking a second wife had started as a joke, and it just blew up, and then it got out of control. But you know, basically it was a joke that went bad. Okay, that for me, I felt like even though I couldn't locate the video where he started making that joke, I felt like, oh, so then he is the one that started this whole thing, and then it blew up. Okay, but the question was still, what? Okay, how come there's pictures of this women, of this woman, that look like she is so close to you, like there's something? Because it was like when the pictures came out, it was like, okay, then they must have been having a relationship for some time, I guess, while Tracy is deciding if she's okay with Felix taking the second wife. So now when Felix came out to say, no, this is not true, it was still a question of then what's happening with those pictures? Are they photoshopped? Okay, here's the thing, you guys. I'm going to play this live here, and because they are talking about, you know, the fact that this whole thing is just not true. In fact, Tracy is defending her man on this live over here. But I still just have questions about this other woman. Who is she? We know she's Ayanda Pengu, but who is she to Felix? Okay, how come they're so close? Because I thought maybe it was an agreement that they had with Tracy that, you know, Felix, it was okay for him to date another woman and all of that, which is still strange, but at least there was an explanation. So when he is coming back to say this whole thing is not true, it's like, then what about these pictures over here? Does it mean that at some point Felix did cheat on his wife? That is something that they dealt with in their relationship, and then Yadlula, these pictures are only coming out now because people are trying to put together the story that Felix wants to take a wife, and they want it to make sense, and that's why now we are getting these pictures. So none of what Felix says and none of what Tracy says explains the photos. Okay, they're just saying the story of them getting into polygamy is untrue, but there's still the, you know, the Ayana Bengu, a woman somewhere, and we want to know what's happening with that. The thing about the celebrities, you guys, is that they would post something on social media, and then the public will react. Okay, some people love it, they're liking the picture, they're sharing it and all of that, and then there's some of us that look at the thing and be like, what's going on here? And we start talking about it, and it creates a whole lot of different reactions. And then they will come back to say, Nithandi ndaba zabantu, you must care about us so much that you can't even sleep at night without talking about us. And I'm like, but you're the one that posted the thing. Okay, you know you are a celebrity. Okay, it's not like me. If I'm just posting my family online, nobody cares. Okay. You know, if I look scared in one of my pictures, nobody cares. But if you are a celebrity, you know, if you start talking about taking a second wife, that story is going to be bigger than you ever going to be able to control. So now Felix is on this thing of, why are you guys bothered with me and all of that? And I'm like, but you're the one that gave us in you know, even the live that they did, you guys, I was like resting yesterday because I was celebrating, you know. Like I said as I was celebrating, you submitted on time, and then there go pops the live here when I go and I watch. Now if I go and I talk about the live and I'm like, this is what I'm picking up from this live, you know, I feel like Tracy is like this and then Felix is like this, then now mina sengithanda indaba, but how can I not thanda the indaba as I'm a celebrity? It just doesn't make sense. So they are talking about, you know, I think they're considering leaving and not being on social media because Felix is talking about how tired he is of being a celebrity. I'm like, you're not really tired of being a celebrity because, you know, that's your job. That's how you make money. That's why you're able to live the life that you live is because you are a celebrity. But being a celebrity comes with us talking about you all the time, even when you don't want us to talk about you. Because even if you're not on social media, if I'm walking somewhere in Durban and I see you with your wife and then there's another girl or there's another man there, I'm taking a photo and I'm posting. If you are a celebrity, I guess there's good and bad. But just talking about what is on that live, you guys, I think that one, on the more serious accusations, which is the GBV accusations that were made against Felix. One thing I want to say, you guys, is that Tracy has always maintained that that is not true. And I had made a decision last year. I can't remember which story it was that I had said was, you know what, guys, from now on, instead of cracking my head trying to figure out if, you know, a woman is being A-bid in her relationship or not after the accusation, I'm just going to listen to what the woman says. If a woman says that she has been A-bid, I'm going to listen to that. If she comes back afterwards and said that it never happened, I'm going to listen to that. Okay? Because otherwise it's just like, you know, you're not sleeping at night now thinking this woman is being A-bid in her relationship, and then the next day she comes and says, no, that was not true, it never happened. Even sometimes when there's a video out there showing her with the blue eye. Okay? So even in this situation, you guys, I feel like Tracy has always maintained that Felix is not like that. He has never done such a thing to her. Even on this live, you guys, that is what she says, that Felix is a good man, Felix is a good husband, agamushai, and she maintains this throughout this life. So here's another thing, you guys, is that I want to make an example of, I was reviewing the Mommy Club on Reality Buzz TV, and we know that when it comes to Ratsile, it has come out that there is GBV in her relationship. Okay, it has been alleged that there is GBV in her relationship. And when we were watching the Mommy Club, you guys, of course, I was just watching to see, are there signs that there's something going on here? And I can tell you, you guys, even though I don't know for sure, but she did look like she is really scared around her husband. She looked like she's not being herself around her husband. So it gave me that feeling of, maybe there is something to these accusations that have been made against the husband, okay, when I was looking at them. With this couple, you guys, one thing I can tell you is that Tracy looks comfortable around Felix. Tracy looks happy around Felix. She just loves her teddy bear. I don't see any sign of Tracy being scared of Felix. And I just felt like it's more believable when she says that has never happened, you guys. I was just looking at their interaction, and their interaction told me that, you know, no, man, there's nothing to worry about here. That is regarding the GBV. But I might be reading it wrong, but that is how I read it, okay? The same way that I was reading it with Ratile and her husband, I felt like there's definitely something here when it comes to GBV, because she doesn't look so comfortable around her husband. She almost looks scared. That was my conclusion of it. It doesn't mean that it's true. I just felt like I would believe that in Ratile and her husband's relationship, there's something there. But when I'm looking at this couple, which is Felix and Tracy, I'm not seeing it, okay? I might be wrong, but I'm not seeing it. I don't feel like Tracy shows any signs that she is an A-bid woman in her relationship. And I feel like that, you guys. I feel like she just loves her hubby. She wants to be around him and all of that, okay? Now, it's a different thing when it comes to whether Felix has cheated or not in his relationship, because, guys, let's be honest. You know, listen, you guys, you know, I don't know, like South African men, sometimes I want to defend you, but when it comes to cheating, I'm like, maybe we can say all of them, maybe. I know there's a few, but you know, the numbers are crazy. If we had to count, then we would lose the count. So I feel like, I mean, there are possibilities that they've gone through some things in their relationship. and all of that. We don't know if this Ayanda situation was one of those situations they went through where maybe he did have a relationship that was inappropriate, whatever, you guys, whatever it is, because sometimes in certain marriages, a man having an affair with somebody is not an inappropriate thing, because it just depends what your marriages are all about. So what I'm saying is that on the GBV situation, I don't see, and I will take Tracy's word too, that it hasn't happened. She's bothered by the fact that people are accusing her husband of something so serious when he is such a good husband. So I will take her word on that. When it comes to Felix, you guys, he looks very bothered by the whole thing, okay? And I mean, you can look at it in different ways, you guys. He might be bothered because, you know, as a leader in your family, you want to protect your family, and when such things are being said about your family, as a man, you are going to be bothered. Maybe it's not going to make sense for him not to be bothered. And mind you, you guys, the people went on to even say things like, you know, Tracy has been complaining that Felix has a very, you know, yes, it's there by Facebook. You know, they're saying that is an issue Felix has. And so Tracy has been going around seeking something, you know, a little bit bigger than, you know. So there is no African man, you guys, that is going to hear that about themselves and I'm be bothered by that, you know. And even when he's talking about that thing, Felix, Tracy just seemed like she's not even bothered by that whole thing. It could be that she's getting it somewhere, but so she's like, listen, you guys, you know, why are you worried about it? Because I'm getting it somewhere else. I don't know, okay. So maybe that's why Felix is more bothered by the whole thing. He does look at certain points uncomfortable. Sometimes you feel like he's pissed off. Him being pissed off, I don't get it, because he did say that he was the one that started this thing as a joke and it got out of hand. So now, you know, who are you angry at, really, you know? And you guys, but yeah, they insist that there is no second wife coming. In fact, there is a wedding coming in September, but they will be remarrying each other. So him and Trace, maybe there was a thing, you guys, that started the whole thing. When people heard about the wedding in September, they were like, yeah, then it's true that he's really taking a second wife, you guys. They are talking about how tired they are of being celebrities, and I'm like, I don't believe that. I don't believe it when celebrities come out here and say that, you know. So yes, you guys, they're here saying that there's no second wife coming. And also, you guys, another thing is that there is a question that came up in the comment section where somebody specifically asked, so what about the other lady? Because I think people do want to believe that Tracy and Felix are okay, nothing is happening with their marriage that is negative, and they're not going to go their separate way. People want to believe that, but there's still questions, like I said, but what about those photos that came out about you and this woman? Okay. And when that question is asked, Felix goes into why in Tandin. Okay. So when it comes to your marriage, you are willing to answer the question of, are you taking a temple? You are willing to answer the question of whether there's GBV in your relationship. But then when it comes to I end up being standing Dabazaband, that's another thing that's going to cause people to talk, because people are going to say, oh, okay, then it means Guti he was having an affair with, okay? So I don't know why he's not willing to clarify that and just say, guys, listen, I end up with my friend. Maybe we are closer than we should be, because at some point she's touching my face, at some point she's dancing so close to me or whatever. The fact that he's not willing to clarify that one issue, but he's clarifying the other issues, it leaves you thinking maybe there is something to this Ayanda Bengo story. But I just feel like, guys, listen, can't somebody just find Ayanda Bengo and just like ask her some questions? Did you have an affair with Felix? And somebody else was saying that actually Ayanda is Felix's ex, so she's like the one that got away or some kind of a thing. I don't know, you guys. One thing I can tell you, Tracy looks very happy in that marriage. Maybe Felix not so much, and maybe it's because of what he's going through right now, but Tracy looks absolutely happy, looks unbothered. And yeah, I don't think we should be worried about Tracy, even if the stories are true. Anyway, you guys, I'd leave their life right here so that you can watch for yourself, and maybe you can judge for yourself in terms of like, do you believe what they're telling us, or do you think that maybe, just maybe, something negative is going on in that relationship. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Nginethanda kakhulu.
For the record, guys, for the record, okay, for the record, it's a divorce. I mean, let's say gay face. Tracy Lisbon. Don't do but Tracy Lisbon face. I want the boss Puma go in social media and I'm saying the face is interesting share now. Mean a face. Go back to people nan. Sing tanda man, you go mean a face all alway, ngoba kuyangihlula mina ukwenza kanti niyayi sex angiyazi yangihlula mina face. All right sharp face sengizobe stabana face Lisbon nang face. We're going to be besties. Divorce sizohlala na ukuhlukana banike nibe happy ke ngixukela bonke abantu benu ke futhi leyo nto leyo.
Okay. Magami.
Yes. We're housewife, abused wife.
I think if I was being abused, I'd be here right now. I have the most loving husband. And yeah, name is Kamelim.
Yes. Angas face by babona ngikushayini bahlezi bethi with goals. One person posts something, everyone uyambona nje uyashawa.
A person can't even take a social media break.
No.
Because like
asathandi bese bama celebrate bese asathandi khona kuthi mina ngisaba ukuthi sengizo-investigate bese ngiyaxosha emsebenzini futhi ngi-investigate ukuthi ngiyakushaya bese ngiyaxosha emsebenzini.
I'm fabulous. Because there's no reason for y'all to spread such damaging lies about him.
If it's no Prince water sin, I'm saying there was a Prince la face. The Paula la more Prince is a we are getting married in September, foot.
We getting married in September.
Hey. We are getting married in September.
Us.
Indaba engaphelele mhlawumbe nigcwalisa yonke namafasi indaba engaphelele ngazazi. Uyifela ntombi yami.
From the archives.
Okay. Jumane sisilungwe. Sithaya indaba zabantu mfethu umuntu osilisa. Hey.
He's in bullying.
Stalo nje ugel ngathi usatshisiwe ukuthi asenze le live kuzodlula le.
Now you talk.
Uyambona lo gel ukuthi usatshisiwe. Me guys, me.
Why did I deactivate my Facebook?
Why didn't you buy blue jeans? It's not black or red.